Hey everyone, my name is Ellen.
And my name is Alyssa. Welcome back to the Modern Singer Podcast.
Okay, so sorry to interject, but before we start, just so everybody knows, Alyssa and I go back, she writes some of the podcast notes and I write some of the podcast notes, and sometimes we look at them ahead of time and sometimes we don't. And we're just
guess which one this is.
So I had not had a chance to look at these ahead of time. So we recorded a couple, and now we're on this one. And I open it up. We usually color... so first of all, everything's written out perfectly, color-coded. This one's my section, this is your section. This is just some bullet points. I got 15 points. And at the top it says, Ellen, welcome to a chit-chat episode. I wrote this at 1 a.m., fully aware I will not be opening this again until we're recording. Love you!
I completely forgot that I wrote that until I opened it up to record today. I definitely wrote this after a really long day at the college as well.
It had to have been. The topic that we're covering today is 15 things I learned in my first semester as a college professor. Straight up out of Alyssa's brain.
Why?
I'm ready for it. Just preparing you for the chaos of this episode today.
I'm just watching you highlight and unhighlight and rehighlight and highlight.
I don't even know what to do with myself.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so if you didn't know, hi, my name's Alyssa. It was my first semester being a college professor this year. This year marks my 9th year teaching voice lessons, which is weird to think about for me.
That is a long time.
Yeah, I started my private voice studio in January 2015, and it's weird. It's so weird. It's my 9th year teaching. Okay, so the first thing I realized, apparently I look like a grad student, and it's really hard to get other professors to recognize that I am a teacher. But also, can I tell you about the fact, so about 2-3 weeks into teaching, I had a freshman look me dead in the eye as I walk out of my studio and go, how's your junior year going?
What?
And I went, get out. I have 4 degrees. My career is older than you. Get out.
Oh my God.
I was so mad. I did not know that I was
assumed.
so mad about looking like a college student until this year.
I mean, on one hand, it's wow, you look great. You look young and you're thriving.
Yeah, and I get hired to play teenagers, which is wonderful, but also
right.
I'm an adult and I am in charge.
But on the other hand, it's please give me the respect I deserve. I mean, it's already hard enough in the world as a woman and all the challenges we face with that. But now they think that you're a student also. That's...
Yeah. And the other professors and even campus security thinks that I'm a student sometimes, which brings me to number 2. What I wear matters. Even though I love wearing skirts, I wear them on campus, and then people immediately think, oh, she's a junior in college. And I wear longer skirts, I wear knee-length skirts. Obviously, I'm dressing in business cash. I just want to look cute. But the problem is I dress like Gen Z, apparently. And which many much love. I love how y'all dress. It brings me much joy. But why?
So what you're saying, so point number 2 is you're telling people that if you're
what
a college
I wear
professor,
matters.
what you wear matters, but also dress like a millennial,
I don't even know how millennials dress anymore.
I don't either.
I haven't dressed like a millennial since the 2008 trends of wearing skirts over jeans. Those random super thin scarves that we wore as accessories in 100-something degree heat in Arizona, might I add.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Oh God, I will.
Chunky necklaces.
I still have some.
Layering the tank tops.
The tank top. Skinny jeans are something that I will not give away though.
Oh, absolutely. I still wear. Well, yeah, I still wear.
No, you don't. Not right now.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's what I was like. I do have them in my closet.
You will wear them later.
They're not on my body. There are no jeans. No structured pants are being worn at all these days.
I love that. I love that so much.
Yeah. Leggings only.
Okay. Next one. 2-hour commutes suck.
Ugh, I hate commuting.
I live in Washington Heights. I have to commute down to Staten Island. Are you ready for this? I walk 10 minutes to the A train, and then I take the A train to the 1 train. I switch at 42nd to the 2-3. I switch back at Chambers to the 1. I take the ferry, which I fucking hate, and then I take a shuttle bus to get to campus. That's one direction, 2 hours.
I don't understand how you city people do this. How you city folk.
I also don't understand how I do it, but I also only do it twice a week.
I commute, it takes me 20 minutes to get to work, and on a bad day, 30 minutes.
I'm so
and if
jealous.
it's 30 minutes, and I'm just in my car, it's a straight shot. I don't
I
even
can
have
at
to take
least
the
like
highway.
read and like do emails and stuff while I'm on the train.
That's true. That's a good point.
I
call my
get shit
dad.
done on the train.
I call my dad because I'm super codependent. I'm like, what are you doing? Hey, and he's retired, so he has nothing else to do. So like, what are you doing? Or I listen to podcasts or, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, it's just a straight shot. Props to you city people, because that's hard.
So with the long commute comes having a locker full of essentials is a damn game changer. So in my locker, it's a locker, it's a cabinet. I don't know. I can lock it. Ipso facto, locker.
It holds your shit.
But I've got my studio binder, which is a 3-inch binder of everyone's music, my studio flat so that I can wear my gym shoes on the train like a real commuter, freaking Clorox wipes because college is full of germs and I keep getting goddamn sick. I've got hand lotion in there. I've got tea and my tea kettle. It's amazing. It's amazing. I have all of that there because it takes so long to walk to the Union, and also I'm doing my best to not like spend money. So I keep everything I can, like including just like a just in case caffeine kick.
I like that. Do all this, you might not know the answer to this, but do all college professors have a locker?
No, I do know that. Like, I think it's just me and my friend Julia who utilize them because we walked in and the cabinets had keys in them, so we took them.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if we were supposed to, but we did.
Hey, whatever works, right? What would you suggest to people who don't get that, who still have to like commute and stuff like that? Would you just get like a backpack or?
I still carry my backpack, but like it's too much for me to have on me back and forth. Because like even just my studio binder weighs so much, and I can't not have a backup copy of sheet music. Like a couple of my kids have a pianist and they need the sheet music in front of them.
Right.
If they forget their sheet music, that's what it's there for. If my iPad dies, I need that. I would say talk to the office about getting, maybe they have, I know in grad school and undergrad we had like music school lockers. We had like actual lockers for that students could rent out, that teachers also had a couple. That's really useful. We also have them at BDC, and finding that, if not, maybe asking for like a lockable file cabinet is a good idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
It's definitely a game changer for the long commute.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't have to deal with this problem, but it's just for somebody who commutes, like, how do you...
It's a fucking nightmare.
I couldn't imagine.
Is what it is.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine taking all that stuff, and yeah, anyway.
So number 5 is I still hate boats. If you didn't know, I am deathly afraid of boats. I've gotten a lot better, but I hate windy boats so much more. Because, oh my God, do I get seasick. So at the beginning of the semester, the second I stepped onto the boat, I would just start shaking uncontrollably. I have so much anxiety around boats. My therapist is like, why? I'm like, I don't know. I don't like boats.
You're like, this is why I'm coming to you today.
Yeah. Did you ever have any like traumatic experience? No, I got raised in a desert. No, I don't like boats.
I was never on boats. Oh my God.
So number 6 is something that I have to remind myself about a lot, especially as like when we're recording this, we're currently coming into jury season. I cannot make my students care about their education as much as I do. And my students know that I care. They know that I am a lot more hands-on than other teachers are because I care about their education, and I want to make sure that not only they get the education that they're paying for, but they're set up for a career as well. That's something that's super important to me because I didn't really always get that in my education, and I want to make sure that they get it, but I cannot make them care as much as I do.
That's got to be a tough one because, like,
It sure
like
is.
in life, it's like if people don't care about things or, you know, do the things that you need them to do, or whatever, you can just like move on. You're just like, okay, whatever, like not spending that time or energy. But like as their teacher, as their mentor, as this is your job, you have to make sure that they're hitting certain milestones. I mean, that's literally your job.
Yep.
And so it's
Which
like,
is terrifying.
how do you... Yeah, it is quite terrifying.
And if any of my students are listening, it just is.
It's terrifying. Yeah, exactly. And so it's one of those things where you're like, you have to juggle the reality that you cannot make these people do things that they don't want to do or that they won't do or whatever. But then how do you get them to pass your class or excel in a profession that they chose? You know, it's not like we're in, you know, high school math and I'm like, I'm never going to use this in my life.
I haven't taken math since junior year of high school. I took junior pre-calc. God bless dual enrollment. I haven't taken math since I was 17.
I haven't taken math since I was 18.
I love that journey
since
for
high
you.
school either.
It was great.
But you know what I mean? It's like, you chose this path. Like, how do I It just seems like a hard thing to deal with.
Because not all of my students are music majors either, which is lovely. They're just there for a fun time, which is like different wants anyways. But like if you're there to learn stuff, like let's learn stuff. Let's have fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's hard. And then that leads me into my next point of balancing personal sharing versus actual singing and education. Because I mean, the most important thing to me is I am not there to hear myself talk. I am there to train you how to sing. But forming the connection that I want to cultivate with my students, being the mentor that I wish I had growing up, is hard when I'm trying to make the personal connections to not overshare about my personal life, because like, we are not friends. I am your teacher.
Absolutely.
Like we are friendly, but we are not friends. Like we are not on the same playing field right now. Again, my career is older than all of my students.
I love that.
Which
Nothing makes you feel older than that.
I know, it's great, but don't worry. Everyone thinks I am a grad student. Okay, so the next one is something that I'm like really nervous about, and I'm really thankful I didn't have to do this year, but I've been talking to a bunch of other teachers about it, and it's creating the structure of recitals, which is absolutely insane and very, very cool, but oh my God, so difficult, because you have to make sure that they hit all of the things. So I teach at Wagner College, so they have to do, voice performance majors have to hit English, German, French, Italian, and musical theater, because it is a musical theater school. They don't have to do musical theater. Technically, it's optional, but I'm like, is it?
You definitely should be incorporating that. I agree.
But like that's 5 different things to incorporate and somehow turn into a story. And optional oratorio, optional... Oh no, and then they have to do a group number.
Oh my gosh.
But someone that I was talking to, my friend Julia, was helping a student format their recital, and the student really loved Little Women. So they themed a recital around Little Women, and all of the different languages were based on a different March sister.
That's cute.
Which was amazingly cool.
That's a really good one. Yeah, that was a good call there.
I loved it. Like each different sister represented a different language and time period.
That's cool.
Which was so cool.
So creative.
I'm like, oh yeah, no, Amy would totally sing that. Amy would totally sing that.
That's just so creative. Like it's really hard to be creative sometimes when you're just trying to like meet marks. You know what I mean? You're like, okay, I got to get my French and my Italian. Like,
yeah, my student and I are, because I didn't theme my undergraduate recitals at all.
I didn't either. No way.
I didn't even think to. But one of my students next year has her senior recital. So we started formatting what she wants to do. And she is, she speaks Hindi. So we're doing a Hindi section.
That's perfect.
As well.
I love that.
So that's one of the 5. But she's also a really big fan of Bollywood movies. So we're theming it around her favorite Bollywood movie. So it's going to be, oh gosh, what do we call it? I think it's A Story of Love is what we're calling it. But she's going to like write it in Hindi first, and then the translation is the subtitle, which I think is really fun.
So clever.
But we're basing it off of her favorite Bollywood movie, which I think is amazingly cool.
I mean, it's all about her too. So why wouldn't you make it
about her?
About them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, if you're doing a recital, like theme it on the human that you are focusing on. I think that it's just a great way to be creative that I just don't think that we did. Like, I know my teachers were just like, please just hit these marks. Please. These are things that everybody sings that you need to learn how to sing. And, you know, why not make it fun and creative?
And with that, because I do get very excited about music a lot, imagine.
No way.
Is how to manage my own energy outputs. Because, oh my God, I forgot how dramatic it was to be in college. Like, everything was the biggest deal all of the time. And my students, if you're listening, I love you dearly. Please do not take offense to this. Sometimes I leave exhausted. But also, I'm pulling a full, 12 to 14-hour day. And I see 7 to 9 students on Mondays and Wednesdays right now. And it's a lot. It's a lot of energy to have to put out. Not all of my students give back the same amount of energy I do, which is completely valid. I'm an extrovert. I've got a lot of energy and I get very passionate about this stuff. But how to manage my energy output has been something that I learned this semester that has been very, very useful and telling, and has also affected how I interact with other people in my life. It's really cool.
That makes total sense.
It was definitely trial by fire, though.
Yeah, it feels like something that you just kind of have to figure out as you're going.
You just kind of have to do it.
Yeah. It's just that didn't work for me. That works really well. But I feel like with teaching too, you're not just putting in that many hours a day. You're teaching different people who respond to different things.
Who are working on different aspects of their career, or
exactly,
they're working on different skills. It's wild.
That's a lot to not only remember, but output.
Oh my gosh. Can I also just say, I have an 18-year-old coloratura soprano who sang an F6 in her first lesson, not even trying. I went, what the fuck? Wow. That's not fair. That took me so long.
Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me, my friends. But yeah, just keep like switching gears that quickly is it's just exhausting.
Very much. I do not, in fact, need all of my things all of the time. So I am a notorious overpacker for anything. My backpack is always full to the brim.
Girl, same.
The first couple of weeks, I would bring my laptop and my iPad and my iPad keyboard and my phone and a book and my Kindle. And oh my God, my back hurt all of the time, which led to like a bunch of tension in my traps, which then led to me giving myself whiplash in dance class, which was super fun. Dancing to the Barbie movie, it was great. But... all of my yoga students know.
I love it.
I had a ponytail and I whipped it, and I did it
Why
a
wouldn't
little
you?
too hard.
Just whipped a little hard.
It was in the choreography. I had a great old time.
It was Barbie. Come on.
Exactly. But learning how to limit myself, knowing that I have to carry it around 2 hours both ways.
That's hard.
So I have definitely figured out how to overpack less.
That's a hard one even for me. Like with my measly commute in the car.
The other part is like I have to make sure that I have like my EpiPen. I bring a hairbrush. I make sure that I've got like makeup touch-ups because I'm trying to look like a stupid professional. And all of this other stuff, which brings me to meal prep is life.
Absolutely.
Meal prep is life. Oh my God. A 14-hour day with no snacks. When I think I have maybe one break a day, or if I only have like 15 minutes between a student and I just need something, if I don't have food on me, I'm fucked.
You gotta have those snacks. I completely relate to this as a non-college professor, somebody who doesn't have to commute. Snacks are life.
Snacks are life.
You have to have the snacks. You have to have the lunch.
I've gotten so good at overnight oats too.
Oh.
Yeah, are you ready for it? Are you ready for what I've perfected?
Yes.
So it's oats, oat milk, a little bit of brown sugar, about like a tablespoon of brown sugar, PB2 powder, so for the protein. I was putting chia seeds in it, but I ran out. And then I put in whatever like frozen berries I have. I've done cherries. I've got mixed berries right now, which is my favorite. I've done blueberries. Like it's... Oh, and cinnamon. Cinnamon is the game changer.
That's so good. That's so good. I love overnight oats.
It's amazing. And now I want it so bad.
You're like, pause, please. I gotta go get my snack.
No, because I didn't make it last night because I fell asleep right when I got home.
Meal prep is life, though. You gotta have food on hand, because not only, I mean, I'm a hangry human. I used to not think it was true, but my husband, definitely made sure that I knew that it was true. And yes, I'm a very hangry human, but also just like it's not good for your brain. And if you don't bring it and you're gone for like 14 or 16 hours a day because of your commute, like what are you supposed to do?
Yeah. And I'm also like, I'm on a budget, so I'm not spending money on college meal plans. Like, no.
Well, they're expensive. I mean, that stuff's expensive too.
It's so overpriced all of the time.
Yeah. It is very expensive.
Because like they don't have anywhere else to go. So surcharge everything. It's awful.
Yep, exactly. You got it.
One of the more recent ones that I found is communication across departments is very challenging, but also very rewarding when it works. So when we're recording this, a week ago, gave my very first studio recital. I hosted it, and it was so rewarding because I also got to bring in the music director for the current musical that's going on. And my students got to sing for her without having to audition for a show. So now she knows what they sound like. Hi, growing your network in action and utilizing your network in action. And then I also talked to her because I want to do a faculty recital because I want free recordings. And she was totally down for it. And I'm super excited to keep that aspect going. Okay, so the thing that I have discovered, oh my God, the scheduling of a full studio with everyone's class schedules is my new hellscape. I had to make a 16 or 17, one of them, person schedule work with just their class schedules, and the moving parts were ridiculous. It took me like 2 days, and I had to keep putting it down because it made my brain hurt, and I just got mad.
And college schedules are a lot, too.
Well, that and most of them are in the same classes.
Oh, that makes sense.
So, like, because I've got voice performance, I've got theater performance, and then I've got non-music majors. So figuring out their schedules and how to plug everyone together. And then I had one student who now I have to change her schedule because of rehearsals, because it was at the same time as her lesson time. And I'm over here going, oh my God, I'm gonna throw my computer across the room.
Well, then you also have your own life, and your own
Correct.
schedule, and your own commuting.
Which brings me into the next one. I am only at the college 2 days a week because that is what I budgeted for because I do have other jobs. But that puts me at a 14-hour day twice a week, which is a lot. That's a
lot.
lot. So I do a 2-hour commute to get there, teach for 10 hours, 8 to 10 hours, and then a 2-hour commute back.
Yeah, that is a lot.
Not including an hour before waking up, doing all my shit, getting ready in the morning, and at least an hour after to like decompress, get all of my personal stuff done, talk to my partner, play with my cats. Like, it's a lot of energy, which is what I'm realizing.
Yeah, these are things that like I would never have thought of when like accepting a job or
Yeah. I didn't even think of it when I made the schedule. I did this.
like I did this to myself, but I mean, it's just something to think about, you know, and if you're considering teaching, if you live in a big city where you have to commute or if you take public transportation anywhere in any city, you know, these are definitely just things that you need to think about before accepting the job, and then while also just like budgeting the rest of your life around this job.
Mm-hmm. So the last thing I learned this semester is honestly one of my favorites is there are some really amazing teachers out there, and I am so grateful that I get to work with some of them. I have made the best connections with people. I made my friend Julia, who apparently like also lives in the Heights with me. I think she lives a couple blocks south of me, and she's been such a godsend. We take the train together home on Wednesdays, or if one of us is there late, and having like, I have professor friends now, which is really cool to say.
That's fun.
And I made some other friends. Oh my gosh, we just did mock juries, and it was basically like a 3-hour, like multiple studios got together and did it. I met Liz, who is a teacher who lives in the same town as my boyfriend, and her partner went to my undergrad.
No way.
She had my voice teacher.
No way.
Yeah, so we planned like this whole like thing where we're gonna go to brunch and just dish all the tea. Because she was there, I think she was there like 8 or 9 years before I was in undergrad. Because I'm definitely like one of the younger professors at the I think I might be like one of the youngest professors in the music department. It's been wild. It's been absolutely wild. And
that's so fun.
Love getting to meet all of these people. I love getting to learn from them because yes, I have been teaching for 9 years, but this is my first time teaching in a college setting, which is really cool.
Yeah, totally different.
And I have had so much fun. So much fun. Thank you so much for listening. If you haven't already, make sure that you're subscribed to the show so that you never miss an episode. If you really loved this episode, we would love to see you tag us in your stories so we can connect with more of our followers.
We'll see you next week.
Bye!
Bye.
Do you want to say anything before I round it out?
I don't think so. I thought about it and I was like,
I know, I saw the brain working. I saw the brain cell oscillating.
It was like, no.
Just spinning in a circle. I just picture your brain cell sitting in a spinny chair going, wee.
Wee!
Just spinning in circles. Just la la la.
We're like, brain cell, are you gonna wee? Okay, never mind.
Okay, have a good one.
All right, leave you to it.
Enjoy yourself.
Leave you to it.